Welcome back guys to Voicey here and another r/entitled parents. What is an entitled parent's greatest weakness? If you encounter one, how would you as a Voicey veteran defend yourself? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget Voicey veterans to like, subscribe and hit that bell to never miss an episode. This story was called, "Stop Wearing Suggestive Clothes in Front of My Child." Ma'am, I'm a band dancer. I used to be part of the band dance squad. Anyone who's been on one knows we're just kinda cheerleaders, but we get to dance with live music. I mean, that's as best as I can describe it. Attack me if you must, I was about 17 at the time. Homecoming was that day, and of course, everyone was to be on the field. I think around 4 or something. So, us being the teenagers we were, my friends and I in the band went to a popular burrito place. Because we had about an hour before the game, I was in most of my uniform already. Gold blue leotard, hair had glitter in it, blue and gold skirt over it. The only thing that wasn't on me was heavy makeup and a petticoat. To hide my legs because it was cold, I wore leggings. As I'm standing in line with my friends, them laughing because I was messing around in my uniform and whatnot, I hear this woman clear her throat. Now, it's been 2 years since then. I don't remember how she looked, but I do remember she did have sunglasses on. She whipped them off in order to glare at me, which confused me, but maybe she had seen me dance around like a fool. So I fixed myself back up and continued to talk like normal. My first friend was next in line, which meant I had about 3 people in front to choose if I wanted a burrito or a bowl. As I'm choosing my meal, I hear the clearing of a throat again. I'm just gonna call her Nancy, since Karen is a bit overused. I'm also possibly gonna make crap up since, like I said, it's been 2 years, but what she essentially said was, "Excuse me, young lady." "Yes, ma'am?" "I'm sorry, but how old are you?" I'm 17. Why do you ask?" "Oh no, that outfit is much too inappropriate for such a young child. You need to go home and change now." "I'm sorry, miss, but this is my uniform, and I have something important to do tonight." "You're too young to be selling your body like this. Where are your parents? Do I have to call the police?" She then grabs my arm and tries to pull me away from my friend and out of the door. My friends drop their stuff and pull me back. "Sorry miss, but you really can't do that. Please leave her be." "But she is dressed provocatively, and she's so young. You need to go home and change now." Me kind of annoyed but understanding. "I understand that the uniform looks really tight and all, but it's my school's uniform and it's really no biggie." By that time it was my turn, so I quickly made my order and booked it back to the band room so I could eat in peace. So I bet you're wondering how this made her an entitled parent, huh? Welp, as we were doing warm-ups and the bleachers were slowly being filled, I saw the woman walk into the bleachers. I almost laughed knowing this would really get under her skin. The game would start soon, and it was time for our first set. The band started playing, and I saw the woman look around, until she saw little ol' me, and 13 other girls in the same outfit. The look on her face was priceless. My guess is that her team didn't have a dance portion of the band, because she was definitely confused when she saw the rest of us. If you saw someone in a leotard with like glitter and all that, why would you assume that that's their normal going out clothes? Very few people are going to dress like that in public just for fun. I mean, that's the whole point of dressing up like that in a dance, is you're looking different from how you normally dress up. You're shiny, you're glittery, all that kind of stuff. But every bit of clothing has its context. Like if you went to a beach, you would think everybody there's dressing provocatively. This story was called "Entitled Mother Throws a Fit Over a Chess Game." The tournament rules. Important. No talking, only whispering. No cheating, duh. Listen to staff, duh. Write down your moves in your notebook. There were a lot more, but this is more of a simplified version. With that junk out of the way, let us begin with our story. So me and friend are at a chess tournament at a hotel. Today was day 1, and friend won all of his games leading up to game 3. We walked down to the lobby, checked the rankings, and lined up at the door. We waited until the doors were open. Once they did, me, friend, and everyone else ushered into the room. Friend got to our assigned spots, and I decided to help set up the board, the pieces, etc. Enter Entitled Kid and Entitled Mum. Entitled Kid has a big, "I'm gonna crush you into the ground" grin. And EM is your basic Karen, but fat and with brown hair. Friend decides to introduce himself like he usually does. Hey, I'm Friend, and you are?
I'm EK. Let's get this over with, please.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this shouldn't take too long.
This is a chess tournament. You guys have been here all day.
Yeah, well, EK has won all of his matches so far, and nothing's going to stop him.
Alrighty. Friend turns to me and rolls his eyes. I chuckle and finish setting up the board. Soon, game admin announced that round 3 will start soon. We take our places. Me and EM sit on the side and watch the game unfold. EK was a pawn grabber and took pawns whenever he could, which is a very bad strategy. So, Friend used this to his advantage and dragged the game out as long as he could, but eventually defeated EK. EK was shocked that he actually lost, and then got ticked. They both started whispering. How did you win? Easy, you kept going for pawns, so I used it to my advantage.
How did you know I like to grab pawns? It sounds like you are stalking me.
What? No, it's just reading your moves and tactics. EM then chimes in, and she gives 0 fricks to the no loud talking rule.
EK, did he just cheat? We can call GA over.
No, he didn't. He just was reading his moves.
Reading his moves? What does that mean?
Just watching his playstyle.
So you were watching him?
Yes.
So you were stalking my child?
Huh?
Are you stalking my child? You told me that you were watching him.
No, he was watching his playstyle.
No, you guys were stalking him before this. In fact, you both kept walking around near others.
That's because we finished the games early and look at other games. GA comes over to address EM's loud behavior.
Ma'am, why are you being so loud?
I'm asking these kids,
note we were both 15,
if they cheated or not.
Okay. F, let me see your notebook. You too, EK.
Both hand their notes in and GA checks them over. Everything lines up and GA hands the notebooks back.
There doesn't seem to be any signs of cheating, but if you want to make a complaint, then talk to me in about 15 minutes when everyone else is done.
No, I swear they cheated. They stalked my son.
What? Friend just read EK's moves. EK was being a pawn grabber.
Oh. Anyways, I want them kicked out for stalking my son.
Ma'am, he was just reading the moves on the board. It's a very common thing in chess.
EM looking at me and Friend.
Whatever, we're going to talk about this in private.
Okay? We clean up very fast and head into the hallway.
Okay, don't listen to the GA. You guys cheated and therefore lost the match. Be sure to add an L in your rankings.
Okay, are you now trying to say that we cheated? Because if so, you are actually dumb.
Don't be so rude. Well, freaking kids these days.
Whatever, we're listening to the GA and going to mark it as a win.
No, you guys lost.
Sorry. Me, let's go. We start to walk to the ranking boards, but EM is right on our heels following us. Why are you following us?
I'm trying to tell you that you cheated, and you keep running away from me.
I already said that I don't care. Bug off.
Freak you then.
Wow. You better shut your mouth, it's hurting my ears. EM flips us off and goes back to EK, who seems a bit sad. After getting a snack from the lobby, we headed back up to our room, and F told his parents the story. They didn't believe us, which I guess it does sound a bit far-fetched. However, we did convince them that it happened. Now we get to chill back and get ready for round 4. And hopefully, we don't see that person again. Some parents just don't know how to handle their kids losing. Like, they can't conceive that it's a possibility. They'll make up any excuse to try and explain away the fact that their child actually lost a match. The ironic thing here is she was accusing them of stalking her kid, and yet once the game was finished, she was stalking them, harassing them and trying to get them to change their score. This story was called EM accidentally nearly kills her own child, despite me for not giving him chocolate. This happened a week ago, and I've just gotten over the shock and finished giving my company statements. I work part-time in a chocolate shop, and we give out samples to customers. On this particular day, the sample contained a hazelnut praline. Here in the UK, there has been a massive rise in allergen awareness, so we're all very well trained in advising customers. I'm working on my own in the store on a very quiet day. The cast is Entitled Mum, Annoying Son, about 4 years old, and me. Entitled Mum and Annoying Son walk into my store. Hi, can I offer you a chocolate? It's a praline. so it contains hazelnuts and milk. EM tastes the chocolate.
I'll have one, but my son is allergic to nuts. Is there anything he can try?
Now, even though it's not company policy, my store keeps an open box of plain dark chocolate to give to people with allergies, because we like to be nice. I do have to warn you that everything may contain traces of nuts, but I do have some chocolate he could try with no nuts in the recipe if you agree. She agrees and I get the chocolate out. So far so good, she actually comes across as quite nice. He greedily grabs 2 chocolates, and she picks one up as well. I internally roll my eyes, but I keep a smile on my face. He immediately spits it out and she starts to complain.
What is this? This is boring and flavorless and disgusting.
It's just our dark chocolate. It's the safest for people with allergies to eat.
Well, I got a fancy chocolate, and my son who loves chocolate got something with no flavor. It's like you're punishing him for having allergies. Give him something nicer to try, or I won't buy anything from this company ever again. I spend a lot of money in this company, and you don't want to upset me.
He's screaming and jumping around over at our wall of chocolates, and because he is young and can't read, he picks up a bar that contains nuts.
Want this, want this, want this! Let him try this.
Miss, I'm not allowed to open packets to let people try a chocolate, and also, she cuts me off as I go on to explain about the nuts.
If you don't open it, then I will.
She rips the packet out of the boy's hand. He has been screaming the whole time, and this just makes it worse. I panic. Miss, it has nuts in it!
How dare you shout at me? You're just saying that so I don't open it.
She opens the packet. You can literally smell the praline as she does, but she breaks off a large chunk of chocolate and shoves it into the boy's mouth as he screams and cries. The moment he tastes it, he stops screaming and starts happily chomping the chocolate, and she instantly appears to calm down. Her voice changes back to how she was when she came in, if a little more patronizing.
See, that wasn't so hard. I'll buy this because he likes it, even though you lied about it having nuts.
I have never seen an anaphylactic shock before, and I thought it always happened instantly, so when he didn't swell up straight away, I assumed she had been lying to get a different chocolate. EM clips AS into his buggy, and then comes to the till to pay, and takes a moment rummaging in her bag to find her purse. I realize the store has gone very quiet, and immediately look at the buggy, thinking he must have fallen asleep. The boy's face is very red and beginning to swell a little. He looks super disorientated and can't make proper sounds as his throat swells. I realize this is the beginning of an allergic reaction. EM turns and screams. Thankfully, I work in a shopping mall, so I hit our button that alerts emergency services to the store. In my panic, I just start yelling, "Do you have an EpiPen?" EM is clearly in shock and just starts making this high-pitched whimpering noise and nods while pointing under the buggy. I stick my head out of the store door and yell for the responders. I'm pretty much in tears at this point. Thankfully, the mall responders arrive and take over. They are first aid trained and get the EpiPen. They also call 999. They administer the medicine and have AS lying flat until an ambulance can arrive. EM is clutching my arm the whole time. I nearly feel sorry for this woman until I remember this is her fault. The ambulance arrives and takes AS and EM away. I called my manager and she let me close the store until my coworker arrives, and I start giving statements to everyone. My company, the mall, the police, who also turned up with the ambulance. I got the rest of the day and the next day off. Thankfully, AS recovered, so there is a happy ending. I guess the kid is young and maybe he hasn't had that many allergic reactions yet, but it's like the mother didn't take it seriously at all. If the staff tells you, hey, that has nuts in it, and you think they're just using that as an excuse so you won't open their chocolate which you haven't paid for yet, why on earth take that risk? What you have to gain? Your child shuts up as they have a bite of chocolate. What do you have to lose? Your child's very life. Okay, don't know if those things really add up. Post your stories, memes, and fan art at r/VoiceyHere. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode. Alright, Voicey Veterans, I'll see you in the next one.